Starting a new video. Okay, January the 18th. Overcast and cloudy down here at the hunting land. There's my buddy David. He's down here giving me a hand. Nothing else, moral support, because I need all that I can get. Alright. Trying to find some place I can set this thing up where it will be relatively level and not fall over on me. This here is the mineral lick, and it is huge, bigger than what it was the last time I was down here, which is always a good thing. Okay, let me turn my tracker on. Well, I didn't get it turned on. Alright, now I got my tracker turned on. Now, is that a trail going down through there, David? Man, that's wore out, ain't it? Gotta be something. We'll see when we pull the camera cards and get back to the shop and check everything out. Yep. Let me start getting my deer cane out. I've got a bunch of deer cane with me I'm gonna put out. So shouldn't take too long to get it out, but I want to make sure I put some way back up under there, because I am surprised there's still remnants from the last time I was here. So I ain't trying to be too delicate with it. Just trying to get her done. That's 2 bags. Alright. Get over here. It's 3 bags. A lot of people don't realize that the deer need the minerals in the wintertime as much as they need them in the summertime. Wintertime, they don't have as much nutrition in the woods. By now, pretty much all the acorns is gone. So they need the minerals more than most people might think. You find some good minerals that they really like. Like I've been using this deer cane for years, and I have no complaints about it. Get this in here. I may wind up having to bring my, wish I had a chainsaw, but I don't, so may have to bring my sawzall down here. Cut that old log up where they can access it more on that side. Well, I ain't got that opened up too good. But last year, my buddy David here, he caught Walmart closing out deer cane. They had a whole bunch of it and at a really good price. So I went and got everything they had. Well, I'm using up that I got last year. And I ain't nowhere near being used up, so whenever David needs some, he knows where to come get it. Because I wouldn't have it at all if it hadn't been for him. Whew. Okay, that's 6 bags. That's the most I've ever put out down here. So that ought to last a spell. Follow me. I'm gonna go over here. Come on, camera. You're supposed to be following me over here. Come on, cooperate. Maybe I went too fast for it. Now, are you over here? Okay, that'll work. I am gonna just take my cameras off. Make sure I got all 4 of my little straps here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I'm gonna take these back to the shop and clean them up, check them out, pull the cards. I ain't even gonna worry about cutting them off right now, so I'll have probably 2 dozen pictures of weird stuff. Let me put all this down in here. Get my other. Come on, you're supposed to follow me. Come on. Tell me you ain't gonna come on around here. Alright. Mostly supposed to be able to see your head, but you know, sometimes it don't cooperate with you. Alright, come on around. That should be good. Take this one off. I never did put any locks or anything on these, because most of the time people don't come up here. I think what I'm going to do, well, let me hook this back on here. I think I'm going to leave my buckets right here, because I'm going to go down to the chum hole and well, maybe that'll work. I'm just going to go down to the chum hole and take that camera off instead of trying to take all this down there, and then I'll just bring it up and then we'll pick the buckets up and go back to the truck. Now, let me, oh come on, let me cut my little tracker thing off here. Alright, I got that part cut off. So, let me lower this back down and we will ease down this way. We'll just kind of see what we got. Some pretty steep little hills in here. Looks like we may have had some hogs do a little rooting in here, but it was a while back. Looks like I had another tree fall over. So we gotta maneuver our trail around the tree. I don't have a whole lot. Whoa. It's a little slick without your boots on. Like a dummy, I come down here without my boots, but we'll deal with it. Hadn't had a whole lot of traffic up and down this hill. Normally wore down to the dirt, but I got some fresh deer cane out, so that'll probably start driving them in here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I got a stand right over there. I don't know how many deer over the years I've killed out of that stand. I want to thank the Stone family for letting me hunt down here all these years. I think I started hunting down in here back in 1993, I believe it was. That was the first year I started hunting down here, so I've been here a while. I don't know if y'all can tell that rooting that's right up in there. Might be armadillo, but I actually think it's hog's rooting. And right in here, some rooting right there. Now that's a well beat out trail right here going up. I don't believe that trail was there last year. It might have been, but it goes across. Kind of see where it goes across at and up through there. Looks like, well, that tree may have been down before. I started to say it looked like another tree, but it's been down for a while. Got a little rooting over there around the mountain laurel. Got some in here. Got some rooting up on that hill. A bunch right in here. It might be time for me and you to come down here and kill some hogs, David. But I got to get some money up where I can get me some corn and stuff and kind of chum the hole up a little bit. There's Philip's blind over there. Let's see what we got down in here. See where there's been a little rooting in here. This area right down here I call the chum hole. I hadn't had nothing out in it in a while, so I need to get it chummed up. I need to get me another camera too, because the camera I had over there wound up, the water got way up high and kind of destroyed the camera. My old feeder's still here, but it ain't had nothing in it in a while. You can see some rooting over here. That's some really fresh rooting right there. Old hogs love to root, man. Let's see what we got. Go ahead and pull this camera. Figured there'd be some more rooting up that way, but I don't see none. Philip's blind looks like it got toppled over. Not exactly sure why the chair's out of it. I don't know if he done that or maybe a bear got in it and done it. I don't know. We'll look at that in a minute. I'm going to get this camera off here. Let me set this thing up so I don't have to hold it. And get this camera off. Oop, wrong set of keys. Get the right set. Alright. Let's see here. It's one of them two. Oh, I picked it right the first time. Very cool. Alright. Now, get over there. There you go. It's a shame we have to lock our stuff up, but that kind of falls under the it is what it is category. So, what'd you do, put his chair back?
I set it right there by it.
Okay. Take that off. Put this over here where I can find it again, because I probably need it. Take this off. Now, take this, wrap it up around here. At some point, I want to get me some of those cameras that will send it to your phone. I don't know what service charges would be on that. Be nice if there wasn't any, but I'm sure there'd be some on it somehow. Because I ain't fortunate enough to look up on one that ain't gonna have service charges. I don't know what it'd change over to go to Starlink and run everything through Starlink. They say there's no service charges on Starlink once you buy the initial setup. Well, I forgot to roll that up. That ain't gonna work. Now, let me see if I can get it in that pocket. There we go. That'll work pretty good. You didn't see any kind of damage or anything up there on it, did you? I ain't gonna go up there and look at it. But that's Philip's blind, and I think it just got blowed over by the wind. He may have done it. I don't know. But we'll make our way out, but I'm gonna walk right up here. You see where the hogs have been in here a little bit, rooting around. This is usually a regular area for them to root. Some point I hope to get me a four-wheeler. If I do, I'll have to cut that old tree that fell down where I can come through there with the four-wheeler. But looks like may have been a little rooting over in here. And you can see up the old road bed up through there, there's been some rooting. I don't know what there is about this little piece of property, but man, I love it. Might be the fact that I've been very, very blessed not having to pay a lease on it. Could very well be that. You know it, Davey? But I have enjoyed a lot of hours. Man, something been rooting around this and almost digging that one up. That one probably won't be too long before it comes down. Hopefully it'll fall in some direction that ain't gonna damage something. Alright. Philip's old blind again. There's a ladder stand put up a long time ago that another friend of mine, James Holland, gave me. He done been called home, so I'm sure he's looking down on me right now. There's some old messed up corn that we wound up dumping out of the feeder. I need to take that back to the shop, but I ain't gonna do it right now. Ugh. Mostly because I need to bring the sled with me, make it easier to get it back out of here. And I didn't bring my stuff to take it apart, so I'd have to break it down. But there's a lot of hog sign up in here. I mean, a lot. And it's all pretty fresh stuff too. Look like a hog slid right there. That'd be a wide track on that one. Probably a big old hog. Oh man. I don't know what kind of shape that stands in. But I ain't in no mood to walk up there and check it out. Now I'm starting to regret putting a coat on. I might get back up to my buckets and take the coat off, stick it in the bucket. Whew. Alright, let's see if we can do our trek up the hill here. This ought to be fun. My buckets wasn't up there, I'd probably go that way, but my buckets are right up there, you barely can see them. Alright, here we go. I think we're supposed to have a chance of rain coming in the next 3 or maybe 4 days, which will help bring the lake up. Whew. Whew. Take my jacket off. Well, shoot. There it is, okay. Almost lost my little wind puff. Pulling the jack out. Whew. Alright. Alright. Poke that down in there. And have a seat for just a minute. Kind of catch my breath here. I don't know why I like this little piece of property. This joker is rugged. Not like hunting middle and south Georgia where everything's super flat. But usually when you get on property like this, you can get some well-established game trails. Sometimes on flatlands, you don't get those established game trails, because they can pretty much go whichever way they want to go. But deer, in some ways, are kind of like humans. Most humans are not going to go the hard way. They're going to go the easiest route. So, best thing to do, looking for pinch points. That's kind of what the chum hole is down there, is a pinch point. There's a huge ridge up behind it. And best I can recall, there ain't really no way a deer can get up on that ridge because of rock cliffs and stuff down at the bottoms along the creek. So they have to come right up through there or go all the way around the ridge and go out to the far end out there and go up that side. It ain't quite as steep on that side. But I love this stuff. I really do. Now that I'm getting up in age, it wears my butt out, but that don't mean I don't love it anymore. That old tree there that I've been putting my camera on looks like it's dead. It ain't got no limbs on it, no leaves. Looked like the top broke out of it at some point, and I didn't even realize that till just now. Well, next time I come down in here, I may have to move my camera. Oh, man. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Let me tuck the rest of this in so it don't snag on nothing. And we'll see how far we can get before I have to stop again. I don't know. Let me try something. It's gonna be a little weird. Y'all hang in there with me. You upside down. Fixing to be right side up. Alright, now flip it over and we'll try doing this.